Adventures with David.
Hi, it's David Feliba Hart. Welcome to the broadcast. It's good to see all my fans. I love you all. Four places had me to come to them in Westchester. They changed their mind about me doing their Christmas decorations. I have to forgive and let live. One is a hearing place on 87th Street, and a place that fixes vacuums. So, like Mrs. Eddy says, disappointments and ceaseless woes turn us like tired children to the arms of divine love. I do bless and release those people, but I will never go back to their businesses again for 2021. I do forgive them, but I will move on. Anyway, I lost. This has been also. I've lost my uncle Danny. He's a wonderful drummer, a talented person, and he passed on this week. I felt his presence in my apartment. I also he I was trying to get my phone fixed when he came. Trying to get my phone fixed when he came into my apartment, and he says, "I visited every family member. Why can't they see me?" And I was trying to get my Uverse service. So he was trying to get my attention, and he pulled all my books out of the bookcase. Then he pulled down stuff, and he says, "I said, Uncle Danny, I love you. I'm sorry that you've passed on, but you're on the other side, and nobody can see you, but we still love you, and we're grateful for the contribution you gave in serving this country in the Navy. We're grateful for the contribution that you had two wonderful families with my Aunt Kathy and with Janetta and DJ and all of and you all had a wonderful, wonderful daddy. He had two wonderful families, and so he came to me again, and he put his hands on my shoulders. I could feel the light of my Uncle Danny, and he says, "I love you, and the good that you were like a second dad and a brother to me, and the good that you taught me could never die." And he thanked me, and then he went to be with my grandmother, his mother, and his my Aunt Marie and my Aunt Ray. And but I've been having the second ghost that's been coming to my apartment is Humphrey Bogart, who's a famous actor who smoked big cigars like George Burns. He used to live in my same apartment at the Dixboro's apartment 407. And when I'd be mailing out my acting resumes or looking at girls on the Tinder, he says, "You'll never attract the beautiful white women and black women that I had when I was Humphrey Bogart." And then when I'd be mailing out my acting resumes, he'd overlook at me smoking a cigar like George Burns. "You'll never get all the acting work or career work that I got as an entertainer." And he's got that old hat from the 40s and the 50s. He dresses in that old tie and white shirt, and you see the image of him. And I smell his cigars. I do smell the weed in the pot from my next door neighbor, but whatever. But anyway, I smell his cigars. And Humphrey Bogart has been visiting me in my apartment. He did a sometimes he does devious things to me. Humphrey Bogart would hide things. He'll make things move in my apartment. Like this guy. I left this paper of the address after I finished the drawing right on my chair. That's where I do most of my work that I talk from, and the address was completely gone. And there Humphrey Bogart was laughing, and I could hear, like I heard my Uncle Danny that talk to me. I feel Humphrey Bogart talking to me, and hide and go see again. We ghosts like to play hide and go see. You have something missing? I says, yes, that address that's I'm supposed to mail to a guy in Nevada, his drawings. And it says, well, hide and go see. Maybe you'll see it, maybe you won't. He took it off the chair. I found it. He put it under my desk in front of my bed. And he laughed real loud, smoking his cigar. He says we ghosts want to get people's attention since nobody knows us that we're there. I lost it. My mother went to high school with Charlie Pry. Charlie Pry was a wonderful country western singer. He came to some of my concerts in the South, and my mother wanted me to uh, him to help me with my career and wanted his son to help me, but it never came to be. But I want to write a song called "I'm Sad Charlie Fry Died." I'm sorry, Charlie Fry died. He gave me joy and music pride. I'm sorry, Charlie Fry died. He was a famous country western singer that will survive. He knew Dolly Parton. He knew my mama in high school from the deep down south. He knew all the people. He knew Alice Coasley. He knew so many people. I'm sad that Charlie Pride has died. He was a talented country singer singer that should have survived. I'm sorry, Charlie Pride died. I used to see him on TV in black and white. And I used to see him on the Jackie Gleason show. I used to see him on I used to see him on every show. Charlie Fry, he died. Sad Charlie Fry died. His music will survive. I'm sorry. Charlie Fry died. I love you from the bottom of my heart, Charlie Fry. I love you from the bottom of my heart, Charlie Fry. That song is dedicated to Charlie Pry. I wrote the words and music to it. You're a wonderful songwriter and a wonderful inspiration to me. And I'm sorry when I saw on the internet that you died of COVID-19. But your music and your gifts will live on. And also I love the food you make. You make pride bread. You make pride meat from your farm in Texas. And I'm very you always live in me, Charlie Pry, and I on the other side, I hope you and I can meet each other and sing with the angels and do country music. 'Cause I love country music. You've been a great inspiration to me, Charlie Pry. So, anyway, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope this coronavirus will finally end. And I just want to wish everybody a lot of love and a lot of peace and joy and power, and a lot of good vibes for the new year to come, and a happy Christmas, a Merry Christmas, that is, and to the Latinos, Feliz Navidad. I love my Latino people. I want to wish them a Merry Christmas. I love my people of color. I love my Asian people. I love everybody. And I love you all especially too. So I want to thank you for tuning in to this broadcast. And I've been at home mostly, praying and fasting and hoping to know that the best is yet to come, and that the hymn that I put to my own music, Through the Love of God our Savior, you can hear it on Christian Hymns and Praise Part 1. We expect a bright tomorrow, all will be well. Faith can sing through days of sorrow, all must be well. While his truth we are applying, upon his love we are relying. God is every need supplying, all is well. That's on my Christian Hymns and Praise Part 1 album. And it's got all songs that you can meditate for praying for protection from the coronavirus. And you can also only on Spotify is the album Did Ezekiel See a UFO? This wonderful evangelist named Violet Hayes, who became a Christian Science teacher and practitioner, and she was a great inspiration to me. I put a lot of her poems to my own music, and my favorite one I put to is "Lo, He sent His word and healed him. Still, that word of God is here. Still, its tender healing message speaks to every listening ear. Truth divine that overcometh all the ills, coronavirus, that seem to be. In our heart, thy word abiding, we may know thee and be free from the coronavirus. Love divine that faileth never, still thy presence and thy power. Mighty are to save us from the coronavirus. Um, um, Guard and guide us every hour. Sinless, fearless, oh, rejoicing now throughout eternity. And I'm just knowing that my fans, everybody out there, listen to that song that I put to my own music. I put it to two different music arrangements on Christian Hymns and Praise Part 2. And on the album, Did Ezekiel See a UFO? It's track number 7 and 8. Anyway, I'm so grateful I have Jonah working with me. He's a very talented musician. We did a chip album, but we sold out of it. We're doing an instrumental of the album, but I wish that we said that since it was a limited edition, we only can do 50 of them. Anyway, I want to thank you, fans. If you fans can support me, I haven't received my unemployment yet. Um, I won my court case on November the 3rd, and they said I was supposed to get my unemployment, but nothing's come in the mail for a whole month. So I appreciate it if you fans would reach out and get drawings made or paintings made. Or I love you all. I want to wish you a happy new year. I know that, like Dr. Martin Luther King says, that we shall overcome someday, and I know that we are going to overcome this coronavirus someday. So let's keep the faith and hope for the best. And I want to send out a lot of smiles and happy vibrations to you all, peace and harmony, and I'm hoping that next year will bring us better and greater things, and that this violence will end, and people of all races and all will learn to get along with each other. One race, one realm, as Mrs. Eddy says in Prose Works. Thanks for tuning in. It's Porky Pig with you. Yeah, that's all, folks.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I just want to let you know that there's now a Patreon account that benefits David 100%. If you want to make donations or commission poems or songs or drawings there, you can go to patreon.com/David Liebehart. 100% of profits go to him, nothing to me. Or if you want to support both of us, you can go to patreon.com/adventures with David. That's where we've been publishing a monthly exclusive video podcast. You may have noticed we haven't been doing these regular episodes very often, and I can't guarantee how often we'll be doing them, but definitely once a month video podcast via patreon.com/adventures with David. It's just $3 to become a member. And then, of course, we got all kinds of wonderful merchandise at artbyliebehart.com, including Christmas greeting cards, t-shirts, vinyl LPs, and much more. Bye-bye.